Back again for another video. So today I was thinking about simps. Not in the way you may think, but I was thinking about women mostly. I was thinking about all of the situations that I've been through with women, all of the things that have happened. You know, as much as I understand, there is nothing above me. I'm a man just like everyone else. So things happen to me just the way it happens to everyone else sometimes. Though I have really different experience from when I talk to men and I tell them about some of the things that I have experienced in my life that I've been through. And a lot of men raise their eyebrows in disbelief sometimes. You know, I'm not one to ever brag on something, especially dealing with a woman. I don't necessarily care. But it is what it is. But, you know, I was thinking about the other men that were involved in my lives as well. And, you know, there's a saying that holes make the world smaller. And that's very true. Holes make a small world. And that's been my experience, you know, throughout all the things that I've been through. Everybody knew one. Even the females knew, you know, who got around. You know what I'm saying? Even, you know, the males definitely knew who got around. But one thing that I've never ever dealt with in my life, even though I've tried, I'm not gonna lie, I've never dealt with a promiscuous woman per se. I've never dealt with a woman who was all across town. And like I said, I've tried before, but they were just never drawn to me. My vibration is completely different than what they're attracted to. And I understand that. It's no different than, you know, me not finding, you know, bookworms attractive. The vibrations are different. You know, I don't deal well with emo type chicks, you know what I'm saying? Like, just not on that wavelength. But, you know, I then started to progress my thoughts into, well, how did these women, or any woman, you know, how does any woman end up with any guy? You know, because I was having a conversation not too long ago about polyandry, of course. That's the reason why I made those videos, because of those conversations. But there were other things that came about those conversations as well that I just didn't discuss with the individual, you know, because I don't share all my thoughts. But one of the thoughts that I came up with was, you know, because she said to me, she said, well, you know, a lot of men out here, they're broken. You know, a lot of men are quarter of a man, half of a man, but never a full man, you know. And she's like, I would rather just pick me up 2 men and call it a day. And my thought is like, you know, I don't know, men and women are very different in their pursuits. Men seek to build from within out, and women seek to build from outside to inward, you know, because that's what validates them. The outside validates a woman. Even men, of course, validate women. But, you know, women, they tend to look at things like they can only see through their lens for some reason. I don't know if that's a curse or if that's a gift or if it's just is. But that's been a common thing. And just because they can see through that lens, and only that lens, that limits their ability to see large scopes of ideas and possibilities. Now, once again, you know, I'm not here to slight anybody. I'm not saying that a woman is whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you how it is. That's the way it is. But in that ability to see such a small scope, you know, my thought was, when she said, I'll just get me 2 men, was, why don't you just wait for a whole one? And then the implications started to pop up. Oh, she's not waiting for a whole one because that requires responsibility. She's not waiting for a whole one because that requires accountability. She's not waiting for a whole one because that requires you to up your game. She's not waiting for, you know, just you know, but she doesn't see that. She doesn't see that because of her ability to only see things as a woman. And I'm not saying that there are no women out here who don't have that ability. It's just that it's either you got it or you don't. So that brings me to my next idea of this, the conclusion of what I'm talking about. I believe most women deserve simps, to be honest with you. I mean, that's not what they need, but it is what it is. Because most women can't handle an actual man. I know this. I've witnessed this firsthand over and over and over and over again, because I hold a certain level of accountability to a woman. I heard this, you have to push yourself. You have to always be doing something. You can't be stagnant. You get a 5-minute break and we back on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I am. And women can't handle that. Like, these days, women, they can't handle that. You know, and I come with a lot of perks. It's not just all work, believe me. You know, I'm come on, like, y'all listen to me. Imagine what a woman gets real life. You know, she has her own personal guide, pretty much, into success. Because I'm successful myself. You know, I don't necessarily have a lot to worry about, and if I do, I come up with a plan for it. Easy peasy, no stress. This pandemic, what pandemic? Didn't affect me none. The only thing that it affect me of is, you know, just watching people change the way they move, you know, so I have to do things a little different. You know, I gotta wear a mask, and, you know, people are spazzing out about being super close, and I understand, but you know what I mean? That's the most that has affected my life. But as far as my success, didn't slow me down. Not one bit. So guess what? The women in my life, they have to keep pushing. Definitely. If it didn't slow me down, would make you think it's gonna slow me my pushing you down. Nah, we got to keep going. And I don't think women can handle that. It takes a certain type of woman to be able to handle that. You know, a lot of women out there say, "Oh, well, I want a real man. I want this and that. I want that and that." But you don't want that smoke. Believe me, I've dealt with women who scream that same thing, and 6 months later, they rather pack their bags and be out of the relationship over and over again. You know, I've dealt with so many women. Not like once again, I'm not here to brag or nothing like that, but I've dealt with enough women to understand that most of them are going to leave. That's just the way it is. They can't handle a real dude, and most real men know what I'm talking about. But that was just a thought that I had on my head, that most of you chicks out there, simp is the best you can do. Simps is where you should stick at. You know, I made a video not too long ago talking to women about that simps are your downfall. That's true. You're more susceptible to BS dealing with simps. But the truth of it is, you deserve what you allow. If you won't allow yourself to become a better person, then you don't deserve to become a better person. Get me? But anyways, talk long enough. Y'all know my spill. This has been the Wolf and Made It Close. May you have a good day, and peace be with you.